Welcome back, people. Welcome back. If you are new to the channel or if this is your first time seeing any of my videos, I'm going to start by saying hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Maybe tell me where you're from and maybe what got you interested in bait finesse fishing. Yeah, do that. Sorry, you guys. I've kind of been doing a little bit of everything except for posting videos. And at the end of this video, it will show you guys the grand scheme of things, if that makes sense. This is the best of 2024. Well, I was gonna say my favorite lures that I used this year. I actually didn't get to really fish like I wanted to. I did a lot more testing, and there are literally 5 videos of battle reels that didn't post yet that I still am working on. So that was one of the main focuses. One of my other focuses is, like I said, it's gonna be at the end. And then there's another thing that I focused on at the end as well that kind of took away from me really studying the lures per se. This year is slightly different. I only have 6. I only have 6 that I really focused on, and 4 of them is what I'm segueing into is what I wanted to do myself. I've been wanting to do it for like the past 10 years, and I just didn't know who to talk to, and then the ones that I did talk to kind of gave me the runaround. They all think it's competition. Me, it's 8 billion people in the world. 8 billion plus. So I don't see it as competition. I see it as an industry that's, I think it's like that with every industry technically. A lot of them see it as competition versus seeing it as a ways or a means for everyone to come together and help others. So I finally got a hold of someone who is going to help me with making my own swim baits. Yes, that's one of the, actually that's number 3 because I'm not even bringing that up at the end. That's the first thing for 2025. I will be working on my own personal swim bait, a micro and then a standard. Yes, a standard swim bait, because I used to swim bait and I didn't post those videos because it's a lot harder to swim bait fish and get like good content. It's almost like you fish for like 4 hours for that one decent fish. Whereas in bait finesse, you can fish for 4 hours and catch a slew of fish and maybe 2 or 3 decent fish, depending on where you're at. Luckily for me, I have the Susquehanna River and I'm finally learning that. So we're gonna break down these 6 lures. 6. I don't know why I want to say 10. It's only 6. It's only 6. And 4 of them are swim baits. So number 6, which I really didn't get to throw that much. Whenever I got ready to take it out, it was windy. The lure is really light, like extremely light. This one's by Eurotackle and it's called a Mage. I got it in white first before getting it in the shad pattern, which is really, it's done nicely. It looks like it's lasered on. It definitely doesn't look like it was painted on. I didn't really get to throw it like I wanted to, but that's the reason why it's at the bottom. It's only $13, I think, in comparison to the next set. If you watch any of my older annual videos, I usually break it down according to like price and all of that, but this one made it only because I didn't get to use it that much. I really like how it did perform when I did get to use it, and that's what made me buy 3. I bought the white one and I bought 2 of these. So this is definitely going to be in rotation. And then also what I meant to say in the beginning is, of course, things are gonna pop up on the screen. I did not target trout this year. I didn't. No trout. I didn't catch any trout. I'm gonna actually go trout fishing maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go trout fishing tomorrow and get it out my system because I didn't do it at all this year. Or did I? Maybe I did and I didn't put any videos up. I don't remember. It's been that long. I know it was in the beginning of the year if I did go. But anyways, target species that actually bit this lure was a smallmouth. I didn't use it long. It was really windy. It was really hard to cast. So it didn't get the proper usage. So smallmouth for number 6. Number 5, people. Number 5. This guy has been going really hard at promoting these lures to the point that either I spoke to him and he said he didn't do it. Somebody leaked his lure to China and they have a replica out, half the price. In fact, there are some that are $2 depending on where you search. This one is called a maxed out tiny swim bait or tiny glide, but it has the action more so of a crankbait because it really like a lot of action in this thing. The fish that I've caught on it so far, smallmouth. I've been on the river a lot, so smallmouth definitely up there. Largemouth and a bluegill? A bluegill. Yeah. This thing's $40. That's my con, the price. But because it's custom made, I could see the reason why. I think it takes time to really make these things, but the way he's dropping them, and that's what made me question, like, did he get China to do a distribution for him? And then, you know, I know China. I've dealt with them before trying to get something made, and they will make it for you, but after a certain period of time, somebody's going to make it copy if it gets to China. That's the downfall with China because they make copies. They're known for being a Kakashi copy ninja. But that's number 5. I also paint, so number 4 is also up there. I like this one. This one, only reason why I didn't make number 1 is because of the price. And it's $40 as well with a $5 shipping fee. And the reason why the tail has tape on it is because I paint them. I paint them and I resell them. I repaint lures. I've been doing that for like since 2014. My very first time ever doing it, 2014. So I'm getting ready to repaint this one. This one, I think maybe for a customer. I'm not 100% sure. This may be for a customer. This thing's action is amazing. You can burn it. You can burn that other one, the Max, as well. When he messaged me, when he first started, he said, hey, do you want to test these, so on and so forth. And I asked him, was it possible to get it? Because in my head, I have a particular way I want a lure to work. And he was saying he don't think he could do that. And I'm not going to mention it because if I can get it to work, that's the idea of the lure that I had in mind. But these things can glide. They can glide. It has a nice smooth glide. The little back and forth deep S. It's slow falling. He added some little holes with. He sells a weight that comes with it. I don't want the weight. I like how it does. I don't want it to hit the bottom. This thing's $40 and I lose it, I'm gonna be mad. That's the reason why it didn't make number 1 or top 3, just because of the price. And it's just a simple design, really smartly done. All that information about it will pop up on the side, of course. And then the only con is the price. I like them. I'm not gonna say how many I got, but I like them. You know how many I got. Number 3. Number 3 has been in my bag for a long time. And I always throw it and don't think to put it in the top 10. But I'm putting it in the top 10 this year, mainly because I use it a lot. They are $15 to $25, but when they first came out, I don't know how I got my hands on a Blink model of it. I got my hands on a Baby Gyron Blink, but this is the real deal. That paint job or the laser design on this is amazing. I didn't really get it to glide because I use it on the river. The primary target, bass, smallmouth, and pickerel, and a muskie. I had a muskie take one from me, and that's what made me really get into the swim bait whole ordeal. But this is number 3. No, like I was saying, I paint my own. So these are 15 to 25. I'm not 100% sure, but I repaint them. I can clean them. I can literally get all of that off of there and repaint them. These, and I sell them for around the same price, but you can get custom paint jobs. So if, let's say for instance, you wanted me to do one of these, I will sell my version of it, which swims better. Personally, it falls slower. This has a faster sink rate than this model. The knockoff has a slower sink rate, which that's what I like. I like slow, super slow fall to suspending, possibly floating, so then I can modify it accordingly while I'm out on the water. Sinking, I can't really do anything with it. It sinks. I have to just either really fast, keep tap action on it, or if it's in really strong current, that would be the best bet for the sinking model. But the fact that this comes slow sinking, I can work with it better. This one's been beat up. This thing's chewed. This thing's been getting destroyed. Pros, swims phenomenally. My version of it, if you reel it too fast, it will flip over. That is the con. This one does not flip. The real version has an S style that can do a better S than this one. This one has more of a crankbait effect to it. Probably the reason why it gets more hits. I burn it real fast, and when I can feel it not burning correctly, that means it's flipped over when it's upside down, and I'll stop it and it'll start to slowly go back over to the right side. And that's usually when I get the hits. It's almost like the fish is dying effect. So they love that. So now, number two. It's a lot of explanations to it. And the original one was called, you see the size of that? The video's gonna pop up at the bottom, but I'm gonna eventually post the video. The real size is called a Fullcast. They're around 13 grams. This thing is under a gram. I don't remember the exact number. I wanna say it's like 0.6 or 0.4 something. It is durable. This is a Japanese version. There is a Chinese version, but it's not this small. The Chinese version is a little bit bigger. I actually do have some with me. Maybe I should just grab it real quick and let you guys see one. See the difference in the size? That's a big difference. But this is light. This is really light. I don't want to touch them together, like leave them in the same compartment together for a long time. I think they probably would eventually melt to each other, which I don't want. I know the Japanese ones don't melt to each other, and I really don't stick them with anything else. I've been paranoid ever since using the net style lures, and they melt together or melt into other soft plastics. So I just don't want that to be the issue. This is number 2. Number 2 has no cons. It's just really small. Target fish has been bass, crappie, bluegill. I'm pretty sure I could catch a trout on this thing. Pickerel, caught a slew of different fish on this thing. And of course, everything will pop up in the description. Links for each one. And then also links for some of the places that from 2023 that I didn't mention this year because I wanted to focus on different lures just to get a feel for them and then to give you guys my insight, and then you can decide if you want to buy them or not. They made this list because I use them. I think they're great. None of these you're gonna get a discount for. This is not a promotional thing. This is 100% just me out fishing and saying I think this would work for what some people are targeting. I have this rigged with a tiny treble hook going through the center of it, straight up. It slow falls, really slow. It's hard to cast, but then I have it with the Cheb head on it and get some really good distance. I want to say this is a 1 gram head. Yes, a 1 gram head, a total weight of like 1.7. So, or maybe 1.3. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look at the video, but yeah. 1.7 or 1.3. It gets good distance. It falls a little faster. I can really shake this and get some real jiggle out of it, and it works. I like it. Now, number one has been a study guide for me. I didn't like this style of fishing, and I said this year for 2024, I was going to focus on just this in the long run, and I focused on it just in the long run, and I created my own style for it, and it is a jig. The jig name, I should have looked it up. I know what the back end is called. The trailer. The trailer is called a hog, 1 inch hairy hog. It's a Japanese jig. The jig itself is only 1.1 grams complete. But with the thing on the back end of it makes it about 1.9. I've caught my biggest bass of the year with this lure, and I've lost my biggest bass of the year with this lure. I have caught bass, pickerel, bluegill, crappie. Now here's the kicker about this, because of how light it is, it works best for me when there's vegetation, not like the lily pads, but like that grass. It's like, I don't know what you would call it. It's almost like it's not algae, it's like really like grass, but like almost like a sponge material that the fish swim through. Usually people take their jigs and they bury it down in there to get them. The way this works, because it's so light, it stays right on top of that grass, of that algae, and they come and grab it. The only downfall is because you have to use light line, you gotta get those fish up out of there. And that's how I lost my biggest bass. I think that video, my last video, I lost my bass, my biggest bass, because it dug itself in that grass and I couldn't turn it around, even in 12-pound tests. So I had 12 pound to 8 pound with a fluorocarbon leader. But yeah, it's a technique that I like, something that I kind of say that I created per se. When the wind blows, it becomes suspended because the wind is literally keeping the lure from going down really, really far. And it's floating because the wind's grabbing the line. That's how light the line is. So it's grabbing it, but the bluegill would literally tear the appendages off of the hairy hog. Like there's one left, and it looks like a crayfish when it's complete. This is the one that's been destroyed. The picture is at the bottom of one of my biggest bass this year, but it became a study. I just wanted to really study with jigs. So I have different types, but this was the one that my go-to out of those set of jigs, which is a lot of different sizes. I think the size I went up was a 5 gram was the highest. And I noticed they really didn't want that. They wanted this little micro thing for some odd reason. All of the big fish wanted this micro thing, and this is what I was catching them all on. This is number 1, people. I'm gonna leave the link or the name of it, and then you can search it and try it out yourself. If there's some lures, of course, I missed a lot of lures because I focused on totally different things. If there's lures that you think that I should check out, leave them in the comments and I will definitely do so. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. It says 0.9 grams on the head. If you can see that, I'm really sure you probably can't. I'll try to get that. I'm not going to be able to. I need to clip my nails. I'm in the middle of putting split rings on, so I use my nails. So once I'm done putting those split rings on, I'll clip my nails. But right now they're all chewed up, mainly because of putting them little micro split rings on these lures. And that's the best way to do it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It says 0.9 on the head. Anyways, I appreciate you all for making it, or checking me out. These next two little clips is gonna literally lead up to what I have going on and what I plan on doing moving forward in 2025. Appreciate you all for watching. Until next time. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated.